welcome to another Toffee Blues video, your source for all things Everton. I'm Louis and this is a player ratings video coming off the back of yesterday's pretty tepid 2-0 home defeat to Manchester City. Start with the game as a whole. Obviously, City are going to have plenty of the ball. I thought Everton defended well at times, but the gaps in the setup were too big really and allowed City too much time and space. I thought that the substitutions cost us. Obviously, the injury to Tarkowski didn't help, but the decisions that the manager was making, I couldn't understand. I think that the blame lay at his door really. However, again, we've been on a decent run, and hopefully we can carry on picking up points in the remaining few games. But the player ratings anyway: Pickford 8, 3 really good saves to deny the inevitable. Really good one down to his left in the first half, a 1-on-1 late on in the second, and another one to his left towards the end. Distribution was really good, and again, the thing with Pickford really is that despite this reputation that he's cultivated for some unknown reason, that he makes mistakes, he very rarely does for Everton. He's consistently a 7 or 8 every single week, and it was no different at the weekend. I also had a little bit of a gripe with the fact that he didn't get the armband when Tarkowski went off. This is a fella whose captain does in derbies against Bournemouth when we had to win to stay up. He's been vice-captain since Lampard really, with whenever Seamus hasn't played, it's Tarkowski then Pickford. So I think that was a bit of an insult to the goalkeeper really, that he didn't get the armband when our captain went off. So I'd say that's another gripe I had yesterday, but that's just me. 8 out of 10 for Pickford. O'Brien 8 again. I think everyone feels really comfortable with Jake O'Brien at right back, a position that you felt was one that we really needed to sort in the summer. Now you think, well, if Tarkowski's back fit, I wouldn't be rushing to get a full-back in. O'Brien's been immense for us. Another fantastic goal line block off De Bruyne in the first half. Defended really, really well all afternoon, whether it was KEANE or Tarkowski next to him. I thought O'Brien played really well. So an 8 out of 10 for the Irishman, and maybe a chance for him now to have a go at centre-half between now and the end of the season in what looks like the absence of Tarkowski, who, again, 8 out of 10. Really disappointed for him. Looks now like he'll probably miss the last game at Goodison, which is a real shame, because I think after Pickford and Coleman, he's probably the one who deserves to get a real standing ovation for what he's done for Everton as captain in a really difficult time. Hopefully he's back sooner rather than later, not just for obviously that reason, but I mean the stats don't lie. He's a massive part of everything that Everton have built defensively over the past 2 years. His leadership, his reading of the game, his physical dominance is something that was lacking when he went off. So hopefully he's back soon, and yeah, 8 out of 10, a very important player for Everton. Branthwaite 8 as well. He's quietly exceptional. Just read the game really well, didn't get done, kept the ball. That relationship he has with MYKOLENKO is something that's been a real plus over this past year or so since the start of last season, and it was no different on Saturday afternoon. He was really good. So that's an 8 out of 10 for Branthwaite. MYKOLENKO 9, he was my man of the match actually. I thought it was his best game of the season. He loves these type of games where you're playing against, tricky wingers who have loads of the ball. It suits him down to the ground. But the thing that impressed me most was actually his on the ball. He was a lot more of a threat going forward. Nearly got a goal towards the end as well. And, from what was a wobble at the start of the season and a point where it looked like maybe he needs to be taken out the side, he's corrected it so well, and he's finishing the season really strongly. So a good performance from the left back. Man of the match, 9 out of 10. Gana Gay next, 7. Good performance everywhere. Shame that he had to come off really again, sort of to a lesser extent than Tarkowski. You saw when Gana went off, the gaps in midfield, which I don't think you can really put down to who the subs were. I think it was down to the subs that actually got put on, and the way that we were set up, I thought, was the issue. But you could see Gana's sort of nous and reading of the game was missing in the last 20 minutes or so. But a 7 for him. James Garner 8. He splits opinion, James Garner, within Everton fans. I'm personally, I'm a massive fan of him. I think that you see in his absence how much we miss him, and the big thing that he's improved on this year, and it was evident yesterday, was his off the ball in terms of winning the ball back has improved so much from last season. He's always been tidy, good on the ball, moves it quick, probably the best technical player that we've got in the midfield. However, his off the ball has improved massively. The amount of interceptions, blocks, tackles that he's putting in now is really crucial for Everton, and again, it was no different at the weekend. Another good performance from James Garner. Jack Harrison 7, really good again. He's someone who's coming for a lot of stick this season, somewhat warranted in terms of the quality, but the one thing you can never fault with Jack Harrison is his work rate and his effort. And in a game like that against Manchester City at home, it really shows. And when he come off again, you could see it. And Ndiaye, when he subbed both of them off, the amount of attacks that they were having down the wings because we were lacking that sort of defensive diligence from the wide players was clear. And Harrison's a massive part of that, and he has been since he joined the club. So for what, the frustration that you get from when his technical ability might not be the best in the final third, what he gives you in terms of defensively is crucial, and I made up for him that he's finishing the season quite strongly after what was a good performance last weekend and again this weekend. So I made up for Harrison, so that's a 7. Doucouré 6, pretty anonymous really, didn't have a lot to do, just chasing shadows against the City machine really. Ndiaye 6, didn't quite happen for him, but I think everyone was shocked that he got subbed off. He was the only one who looked like he might create something, so it was just a baffling substitution again. But it's a 6 out of 10 for Ndiaye. I thought he, again, like I said about Harrison, he works super hard, and when he comes off, the goal down the left, I don't think that happens if Ndiaye's on the pitch with the energy levels that he puts to get back into position. So 6 out of 10 for him. Brozier 5, again, didn't really get into the game, didn't offer too much, and I think from the cameos that we've seen from Beto and now Brozier, I think a striker in the summer is crucial. I'd love to see, and I know plenty of Blues who would love to see Chimiti get given a go between now and the end of the season. Hopefully that happens. But yeah, Brozier not really effective at the weekend, so that's a 5. Subs, KEANE 5. I'm not going to say too much on Michael KEANE because I don't want to really encourage a pile-on, but it wasn't his best performance, and I think that in the remaining games, should Tarkowski be out injured, that O'Brien should fill that spot, and Patterson should be playing fullback, or Coleman or Young, all of whom, Patterson was brilliant against Arsenal. Young's had a fantastic season. You know what you're getting from Coleman. So again, it was another substitution that didn't really make any sense. But yeah, so I'm not going to have a go at Michael KEANE anyway because it wasn't his best performance. McNeil 5, again, you can see he's not match fit yet. Just building up back to his full fitness, so hopefully that can come soon. Tim Arobanham 6, probably the best out of the subs really, but he didn't really do too much. He was I wouldn't say ineffective, but you could see the gaps from when Ghana was on the pitch to when he wasn't. So 6 out of 10 for Arobanham. Beto 5, again, like Brozier, didn't really offer much, but the way we were set up meant that despite us keeping the ball, he was feeding off scraps. And then Alcaraz 5 as well. Put on left wing for me. I think he's a number 10, so he hasn't really had the chance to show what we saw at Palace away since he got the winner. But it's a 5 out of 10 for him anyway. So slightly a flat performance from Everton, flat atmosphere because of the way that the game was, in terms of it was just like a possession game for Man City, and then for us, hopefully the last 2 games we can generate a bit more of an atmosphere as well. About the players can get us to generate a bit more of an atmosphere, and we can see off Goodison in style with the remaining 2 home fixtures. But as I say, hopefully at the time I'm recording this, if Ipswich lose today, we are confirmed safe for next season, which is a very pessimistic way of still thinking about that, I know. But as I say, the fact that we can enjoy the last 2 home games is a compliment to the players for the effort that they've put in throughout the season, particularly away from home, picking up points and things like that. But that's all from me anyway. Let us know your thoughts. Thanks for listening. Up the Toffees. Take care.